what's the address of your emergency?
I live at that's the next door neighbor. She just came over in barracks and said somebody shot her roommate.
Okay.
What's going on?
I stayed at a friend's last night, and I just came in and I saw that my back door had been broken in, so I went to the back and I could see footsteps in the snow, so I ran up to my room to see if my roommate was okay. I have two roommates.
Okay.
One of them's dead, and the other one is in her room, and she's still alive, and she needs help.
Officers could hear someone calling for help. There was a reason the woman was so terrified.
Police!
Please don't shoot me!
Who shot you?
No, please don't shoot me!
I'm not gonna shoot you, ma'am.
She had no idea where she was and what was going on. She was blind.
I'm the police, right here.
Where are you?
I'm right here. Can you see me?
Where are you?
I'm right here.
Where?
But she wasn't alone. Her roommate had been shot dead.
She's cold to the touch.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's back up.
The police had no idea they were about to uncover a plot so deviously laid out that they almost fell for it. Welcome to the channel. Every week we bring you gripping true crime stories, real cases, real facts, and chilling events that might have happened closer to home than you think. Stay tuned for the truth behind the crime. On January 7th, 2018, Bozeman police received a 911 call at 9:25 a.m. about a shooting. The dispatcher needed to know the situation to help them.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
I live at that's the next door neighbor. She just came over in barracks and said somebody shot her roommate.
Okay. Did it just happen?
Yeah, she said it just happened. She needs an ambulance in place. So the roommate Ashley is the one that's still alive.
She is still alive?
She said she is, yeah.
Just then, the woman let out a wail.
Okay, tell her to take a deep breath, okay? I'm going to ask you some questions. Is Ashley bleeding seriously?
Was she bleeding? Yes, she said yes.
Okay. All right. Do we know if Ashley's completely alert?
No, I don't believe so. I mean, she just saw and she just ran.
Okay.
The woman in question was Andrea Butler. That morning, she returned home to find her roommates in critical condition. One of them was severely wounded on the floor in a pool of blood, pleading for help. The other appeared too far gone. Realizing there had been a shooting, she bolted for the door, terrified. Andrea owned the home at 1306 Idaho Street, living with her roommates, Ashley Van Hemert, then 32, and Lauren DeWise, 35. The three women had led a peaceful year so far. When officers arrived at the scene, Andrea was shaking terribly.
What's going on?
I stayed at a friend's last night, and I just came in and I saw that my back door had been broken in, so I went to the back and I could see footsteps in the snow, so I ran up to my room to see if my roommate was okay. I have two roommates.
Okay.
One of them's dead, and the other one is in her room, and she's still alive, and she needs help, and I ran because I didn't know if he was still in the house.
Andrea panicked and fled the house. She was unsure if the shooter was still inside.
Okay, so you don't know if there's somebody else in the house?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Okay.
Lauren looks like she's been in a while, and Ashley's asked me for help, and I ran.
Okay. Is this door open?
Yes.
So we have two people upstairs. Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
Help, Ashley.
Police had to make some decisions, and quick. They did not know if the killer had targeted one woman or both. Body cameras recorded as officers approached the house. Their priority was to save the wounded woman.
What do we know?
So roommate is next door. She said she came home, found the back door kicked in.
Ma'am, I need you inside the building, okay?
One apparent dead, one still alive.
They moved in carefully with guns drawn. The killer could still be inside. They checked for footprints leading to the house, but saw none.
She said this is open. I didn't see any footprints in the snow leading up here. So, you ready?
Yep. Belgrade Police!
Police department!
Anybody inside, come out!
Going this way.
Okay, I got stairwell.
After no response, the team entered and systematically cleared the floor. Lauren was possibly deceased, but they had a survivor upstairs if they acted quickly. Lauren was a bank manager. In November 2017, she moved into a new home. She had separated from her husband, Joseph Paul DeWise, after marital problems. By the new year, things seemed to be settling. Lauren had started seeing someone new. Paul was ready to move on. They planned to meet on January 7th to discuss their divorce. Life was looking up.
Police! Kitchen clear.
All right.
Garage.
Okay.
The house was silent when suddenly, faintly, they could hear a woman's voice calling for help. But the danger was not over. The officers had to proceed with caution. They had to clear the floor before proceeding to do anything.
How many people are inside? We're making entry. How many people?
Garage clear. Up the stairs. We're coming.
Belgrade Police, show me your hands. You got yours on the left and right.
Okay.
We've got, she's cold to the touch.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's back up.
Lauren was confirmed deceased. Meanwhile, her friend Kelly Boldy from work was texting her about her 10 o'clock meeting. Kelly had no idea her friend was gone. In another room, they finally located the survivor.
Hello? Police?
Please don't shoot me!
Who shot you?
No, please don't shoot me!
I'm not gonna shoot you, ma'am.
They found Ashley Van Hemert in critical condition, bloodied, disoriented, and unaware she had been shot multiple times.
My name's Ashley!
Ashley, what's going on? Who shot you?
Nobody!
Oh, what happened?
I don't know! Please come here!
Who did?
I am the police!
I'm the police, right here.
Where are you?
I'm right here. Can you see me?
Where are you?
I'm right here.
Where?
There was another problem. She could not see the officers. The officer remained calm and conversational.
Can you tell me what happened?
I don't know, sir!
You don't know, Ashley? Okay, my name's Officer Robinson, okay?
What's your name?
My name's Officer Robinson.
Are you lying to me?
No. What happened to you? Where are you bleeding from?
I'm not bleeding.
Okay, well, how do you have blood all over you?
Do I?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why I do. Show me your face there.
I'm right here. Can you see me?
No.
Can you see anything?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Please help me.
We're gonna help you, okay?
Please help me.
We've got the medical people coming. Where do you hurt?
I don't hurt anywhere.
You don't hurt anywhere?
No.
The officer reassured her. Ashley had lost a lot of blood and had a hard time understanding what was going on. Her chances weren't looking well. Ashley needed to receive urgent care. She was begging for help, still unsure of what was going on. The officer's priority was saving her life.
Grab around the front. Yeah, we got a blanket.
Ashley, we're gonna pick you up and we're gonna carry you down to the paramedics, okay?
What are you doing, sir?
We're gonna pick you up and carry you.
Carry me back. Where are you carrying
We're coming down.
They carefully lifted her onto a blanket and carried her outside. Once she was handed off to the paramedics, the officers finally secured the crime scene. They searched the house. Audrey Butler led them to the back door. Its frame shattered, wood splintered across the floor. In Lauren's room, they found 4 shell casings. In Ashley's, 5, all from a .22 caliber gun. Outside, the most crucial clue waited. Bloody footprints in the snow trailed from the east side of the house to the back door. The prints were intact. Investigators took careful impressions. This could be the break they needed, but the case was far from over. The following day, detectives received a call from the hospital. Ashley had been shot 4 times, including once in the back of the head. She had gunshot wounds to her right arm and carotid artery. Her ribs were broken. Despite her critical injuries, she was still alive. Detectives were hopeful. She was the only one who could name the shooter. Ashley Van Hemert had survived. She was out of danger and ready to talk. A gunshot to the back of her head, wounds to her right arm and chest, broken ribs. She had endured it all, but she was alive. Detectives approached her carefully. They needed answers.
So obviously, you know, we're here to talk to you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're going to have some questions, but mostly we just want to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
Just starting out.
Yes.
And I know this is kind of a tough question, but can you tell me, do you remember anything at all?
When I got shot?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
I remember waking up in the hospital. I don't really remember actually waking up in the hospital. I remember kind of doing the I love you sign to my brother when I was, you know, obviously laying in the hospital bed. But no, I do not remember being shot at all.
Ashley struggled to remember. A gunshot wound to the head can cause memory loss, confusion, or even unconsciousness. The brain may block out the traumatic event as a defense mechanism. Shock and blood loss can also cloud memory.
Or however many times they shot me. I think they got me in the shoulder, and I think in the elbow too. Obviously the head.
Well, yeah, you're a lucky gal, but everything that I've heard so far is, you know, you're a fighter.
It's a miracle I'm alive. I thank God every day.
She had no memory of the shooting. Detectives pushed gently. They asked about the night before. They hoped to trigger a memory. They pressed for details. Did she remember the drive? Any conversations?
So Saturday, this would have been before I got shot, obviously, the day before I got shot. We went to a place in Livingston. It was a hotel.
And you said Ralph drove you home?
Yes, he did.
Can you tell me, do you remember anything from the drive home?
I don't remember a whole lot, no. Maybe if you ask me a more specific question, I might be able to answer. I don't know.
Do you remember any conversations that you guys were having?
Not really specifically, no.
Police zeroed in on Ralph, the last person to see Ashley before the shooting. Things weren't that steady with Ralph and Ashley, according to family. The officer deliberately gave Ralph the impression that he was linked to the crime scene to get some quick answers. He and Ashley had begun dating in December of 2016.
So, Ralph, I'm a detective with the sheriff's office, and I did some of the processing of the scene at the house. And so I have some information and I have some questions about stuff that I saw there.
Understood.
So tell me, when did you guys start dating?
Roughly December last year.
So their relationship was falling apart. There seemed to be a hint of a motive, but the officer was careful. Ralph was answering everything calmly so far. The detective pressed harder. There appeared to be no signs of deception, no nervous gestures. Despite the nervous laughter, he was completely cooperative.
When was the last time you...
He agreed to everything without hesitation. The detectives took his phone, collected a DNA sample, and sent everything for testing. When the results came back, there was no doubt. Ralph hadn't been inside the house. He hadn't attacked anyone. He wasn't the perpetrator. The real suspect was still out there. If Ashley wasn't the suspect, it could only mean Lauren was the intended target. And just like that, Audria opened a whole new door for them.
We went golfing once this summer.
Okay.
Well, she actually had worked out at my gym. I'm a personal trainer at Big Sky Barbell, and she had come in one day and I saw a bruise on her, and I remember saying, "Dude, what happened to your leg?" And she said, I just ran into something. And I said, 100-mile-an-hour softball? What happened to your leg? She just dismissed it. A couple months later, we were golfing, and she said, they had lived here about a year, and she said, I can't believe I've never told anybody this, but I think I need to leave Paul. He beats me all the time.
Lauren had been married to Paul DeWise. They had a 4-year-old daughter together. Paul also had 2 kids from a previous marriage. At first, they all lived under one roof, but things didn't stay peaceful for long.
He used to contact me every day, and one day would be, you ruined my life, to, I can't believe you're helping my wife, to, I'm so sorry, this is all my fault, this has nothing to do with you, you did nothing wrong. I mean, he's got a schizophrenic chain of messages that I never responded to.
Paul accused a female coworker of being attracted to his wife. He had a problem drinking and gaslighting his wife. Lauren left the house in 2017, even walking out on her 4-year-old daughter. But she had a good reason. Paul wasn't just a bad husband. He was abusive. Lauren knew she had to escape. Her life was in danger. Paul involved his children in the mess, forcing them to record statements. The children, terrified of their father, said anything to be on his good side. This included his teen son, Joe, his daughter, Natalie. He also recorded a video of his and Lauren's 4-year-old daughter speaking against her.
How do you feel about what happened with Lauren?
I'm angry and sad, and I don't know.
I'm upset. I'm mad. I don't understand. It's overwhelming. The only damage that I feel that has been done by is honestly Lauren. I mean,
friends and family knew about the bruises, the cuts, the burns. Lauren had suffered for years. Paul did not take the separation very well. Paul's emotions swung between control and desperation. When Lauren responded, he calmed down. When she didn't, his fear of abandonment took over.
I don't care what you did. I'm sorry about what I did. Just please come home.
Paul discovered she was going out again. Days later, he tracked her phone with a GPS service and began stalking her. He took photos of her at bars, saving them for later. On November 14th, 2017, that fear became a reality. That night, he saw Lauren making out with a coworker, Kevin. Furious, he confronted her, took her phone, and sent Kevin angry messages. Less than a day later, he found her with another man, Brian. This man, Brian, fought back, punching Paul in the face. Humiliated, Paul snapped. Instead of begging Lauren to stay, he told her to take her things and leave. The next morning, he took his anger public, shaming her in a Facebook post and drunken video rant. His obsession was only beginning. His rant was full of self-pity and portrayed himself as the wronged, loving family man. Coincidentally, the day she lost her life, Paul had plans to meet her to finalize their divorce. But the events of the day were far more suspicious. On January 6, 2018, Paul tried to lure Lauren back into his life. He first texted her in the morning, inviting her over, but she ignored him. By the afternoon, he asked if they were still meeting the next day. Lauren's response was clear. She only wanted to pick up her daughter. Paul didn't take it well. He spiraled into desperation, begging Lauren not to destroy their relationship. She ignored him for hours before finally responding with a simple, "No thank you," late at night. But Paul wasn't done. Surveillance footage captured him at a gas station just after midnight. Minutes later, he took a blurry photo of Lauren's home, proof he was watching her. His last text came at 12:58 a.m., filled with pleas for her to come home. Lauren never replied. The next day, she was shot. That was enough to make him a suspect. Now, they had to find Paul. It was time to ask him some questions. Paul was a dangerous man, and the officers knew it. Given the violent nature of the crime, they had to be careful. They waited for the right moment, stopping his car at a traffic light. Weapons drawn, they ordered him out. He hesitated, but there was no escape. Step by step, they controlled the situation.
Okay, open up the door. Keep both hands up. Open it up the outside. Okay, go ahead and get out. This isn't time to think. Get out. Hands up.
Hands up. Walk over here. Keep coming. Keep coming. Stop. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
The arrest was swift, calculated, and without resistance. But the real challenge was just beginning. Paul's interrogation was tense. The detective was careful approaching the subject. He wanted a real reaction from Paul.
So, the reason that I wanted to talk to you is there were some issues that happened over at Lauren's house this morning, and I just kind of wanted to touch base with you to see if you were over there at all, if kind of where you were this morning, that kind of thing.
Paul certainly seemed calm and collected so far. Perhaps he had no idea.
Well, someone broke into the back door of her place, and so we're trying to get all of the stuff together, and from what I understand, you guys were separated and working on a divorce, and that's kind of where we're at.
Sure, right?
Well, Not really. She doesn't. Well, the person that came in ended up shooting her. So.
She's dead?
Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
He showed shock and sadness when he learned about Lauren's death, reacting as if it was the first time he had heard the news.
Absolutely anything that you can tell us that might give us a little clarity would be helpful, I think, for both of us.
This is news to me. I don't know anything about it.
Complete news, complete surprise.
They told me when they picked me up they're investigating a homicide. I did not think there's some weird stuff's been happening since I've been in Bozeman. So I'm like, geez,
Yeah.
Rocking back and forth for comfort, he established he was unaware. His emotions seemed genuine, but the detectives weren't convinced.
Well, let me just right off the bat. I understand Lauren, regardless of your relational issues. I understand.
I love her.
Lauren's very important to you.
I love her.
And I'm so sorry that you're going through this right now.
They had to determine whether he was a grieving husband or a perp trying to cover his tracks. Paul admitted it had been hard for him to lose her. As the detectives pushed for a timeline, Paul also mentioned spending time with his son Joe, offering a possible alibi. The detectives took note. If his story checked out, he wasn't their man. If it didn't, he was lying. Paul's 15-year-old son Joe's interview was crucial in verifying Paul's alibi. But first, they needed to establish the children's relationship with Paul.
How was your relationship with her?
We were close.
Yeah.
She was like my mom, but she wasn't my mom. But she was pretty much like my mom.
He provided a clear and detailed account of his day, recalling his activities leading up to the attack. He confirmed he had been with his father the entire night, including their late-night trip to buy beer.
Why'd you go?
I just go with him, just because.
Yeah. Just 'cause, I mean, do you hang with your dad quite a bit?
Yeah.
You and your dad pretty tight?
Yeah. So we just...
Fair enough to say.
Just whatever we do, yeah.
Is it just you and Dad then
Yeah.
going on the beer run?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you don't recall hearing any doors or anything open when you go to bed?
Right. Everything's quiet.
Okay. So it's important that you and I, as we kind of work through the details, that we're completely truthful with each other.
Right.
Okay. That's pretty important.
Right.
Detectives pressed him for details. Joe stated he and his father spent time together at home and later went out around midnight. He recalled going to the beer shop with Paul, but his responses became less certain when asked about what happened after they returned. He insisted that he heard nothing unusual that night. No doors opening, no sounds of movement.
What do you think happened?
She was in her home sleeping, and as I know from what my dad told me, thought it could have been drugs or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it could be drugs. I don't know.
Who do you think could do something like that?
I have no idea.
No guesses.
No guesses. I don't really know what.
Yeah.
When asked about Lauren's death, Joe seemed unsure. The detectives pushed further. To confirm his story, detectives checked CCTV footage from the beer shop. The timestamp matched Joe and Paul's statements. With this hard evidence, detectives had no choice but to clear him of immediate suspicion. Paul was no longer a suspect. Investigators had to rethink their case. If he wasn't the killer, who was? With Ralph and Paul cleared, detectives found themselves back at square one. There were no extra fingerprints at the crime scene, only the victims. The case seemed to be going nowhere. But then a breakthrough came. The crime lab delivered a crucial breakthrough. There weren't just one, but two sets of boot prints at the crime scene. One was noticeably smaller than the other. Detectives immediately thought of Joe. He had been with his father that night, and his footprints matched the smaller set. Suspicion shifted back to the family, but Paul was careful. If he sensed the walls closing in, he could flee or manipulate the situation. Detectives needed answers without tipping him off. Instead of confronting Paul, they brought Joe in for a second interview. This time, they weren't just after an alibi. They were after the truth. Joe's mother was called in to help him with his interview. Detectives had reason to believe that having her comforting presence would help him speak about difficult things more easily. Joe stuck to his story, repeating it word for word. But something felt off. His body language, his hesitations, the nervous edge in his voice. The interrogators noticed. Instead of pressuring him, they shifted tactics. They offered support and reassurance.
I don't think that's actually what happened. And I was hoping you and I could break through that, and we could talk about it actually. Because if I can't get you to be honest with me, I can't help you. And I don't believe that you're being completely truthful with me. And I don't know exactly why.
Joe resisted at first. He started to crumble.
But I'm not willing to give up on you. I think that we can get through it. Okay? I know that this is really hard for you to sit here. I know it. I can see the weight on you. And the only way I can help is if you and I are honest with each other. I can't help. I can't do anything if you and I aren't honest with each other in here. Okay?
No accusations, just a clear message. They knew he wasn't telling the whole truth. The interrogator reassured him. Then, slowly, he started to break down.
He wasn't alone.
Who was it? I don't know. After everyone, I sure as I have no idea. I had my boots on in my own house.
Joe, we've got to be honest with each other.
I'm completely honest with you.
How did your boots that are at your residence, those same prints end up at the crime scene? Joe, be thoughtful, be truthful. I can't do anything if you and I can't be truthful. Was it just your dad?
Say it, son.
Joe.
Come on, son. Come on, Dad. Come on.
Joe.
I know you love your daddy, son.
Joe. Come on. Come on.
Son, if you know something, just say it.
Joe was afraid. So afraid, he lost his voice. In a whisper, Joe admitted it.
Was it just your dad?
Come on, son.
Did he tell you to go to bed? And then what did he tell you?
I didn't think. I love you, dear Dad.
You knew what he was going to do.
My dad was stopped. But no, Dad, you can't do that. You can only see you can't do that. I didn't know. You didn't tell me. Dad stopped him. I would have stopped him.
Was it you or him? Tell me.
He had been there. He had known what his father was going to do. Paul wasn't just abusive to his wife. He was equally toxic to his children. Joe felt he had no choice. His voice cracked as he spoke about his sisters. He had been afraid for them, afraid of what his father might do next.
I was afraid for my sisters.
I know you were.
The truth was finally coming out, but the question remained. How far had Joe gone? Had he only witnessed the crime, or had he played a bigger role? The investigator was genuinely there for this boy, a teenager forced to participate in something horrible beyond his years, left without a choice.
And how far did you go back? How far did you go in the house? Could you see the stairs? Could you see the stairs?
Yeah.
Could you hear him?
Yes.
What'd you hear?
His horrified mother tried to ask, tried to understand, but Joe was past it. The truth was going to set him free.
What the hell is wrong with you? I said, go. Can go.
Father,
His testimony in court told the entire story. He hadn't wanted to go inside, but Paul had forced him. Around midnight, Paul pulled out a small caliber pistol. He told Joe to follow instructions, and everything would be fine. Then he handed Joe gloves and a mask. Hesitant, Joe obeyed. He always did. They moved toward the back of the house. Their boots left prints on the deck as Paul kicked in the door. It wasn't Lauren. Paul was determined.
He opened the first door in the hallway. Then what happened? He had his pistol in his right hand, and he opened the door with his left. He stepped dressed into the room past the threshold, and he turned on the light, and someone was in the room. The lady said, "Who the F are you?" And he responded with, "Who the F are you?" and shot him 3 times. He didn't turn the light on, and I heard my stepmother gasp, and he shot her 2 times. He was terrified, cut off, gasp.
They went back to the car and headed off into the night. Paul stopped at a town pump, tucking the pistol into his waistband before heading inside. He returned with a 6-pack of beer, acting as if nothing had happened. At home, Paul threw away his boots and ordered Joe to dump the smoke grenades and .22 ammunition at Bozeman Pond Park. Joe obeyed. Detectives would later find the discarded items, linking them to the crime. That night, he drilled a story into Joe's head. They had been home, watching TV. If Joe said otherwise, there would be consequences. Joe had grown up fearing his father, watching his sister suffer under his control. Police found .22 caliber ammo and a matching magazine in Paul's home, linking him to the crime. With Joe's statement and solid evidence, detectives secured his arrest warrant. Justice was coming. Paul was arrested on January 11, 2018, for Lauren DeWise's homicide and the attempted homicide of Ashley Van Hemert. Held on a $1 million bond, he was ordered not to contact survivors, victims' families, or witnesses, including his children. Within a month, he violated this order, calling his daughter twice. In a 12-and-a-half-minute conversation, he pressured her to convince Joe to take the blame, arguing that as a minor, Joe would be out of jail by 21. His manipulation failed, and he faced an additional felony witness tampering charge. During his trial, Paul tried to convince the jury he was being set up, that he respected Lauren and would never hurt her. But the jury wasn't convinced. It didn't take long for them to reach a verdict. Paul was found guilty of deliberate homicide for Lauren's murder and of the attempted homicide of Ashley. The judge sentenced him to 220 years in prison, without the possibility of parole. Joseph Paul DeWise had spent years controlling those around him, manipulating, intimidating, and instilling fear. But in the end, the truth caught up with him. The evidence was undeniable. The witnesses refused to be silenced. His desperate attempts to shift the blame only solidified his guilt. The cycle of control ended with his conviction. Paul DeWise would no longer decide anyone's fate. This time, he had no control, only the weight of his own sentence to carry. That's it for today's video. If you are a true crime fan and enjoy unbiased facts, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. To know instantly when we release videos, hit the bell icon for notifications. Stay tuned to the channel where crime meets consequence.